Hello everyone, I am Ronit Bhamere. Along with my team members Sakshi Agrawal, Omkar Kareppa and Dhruv Pare, we present to you our application, Kindly Care, Innovate Your Healthcare. We are bugs cautious and our problem statement is Evathon PS003. So these are the table of contents which we'll be going through in the next few minutes. So this is the problem statement. What is the problem statement? So we will be classifying a patient into ICU or general ward and diagnose the patient based on the inputs given by him. We will be also diagnosing for a particular disease using the pictorial reports of the test, like X-ray, brain tumor, for pneumonia, for example. So these are the tests which we'll be doing. What are the existing systems in this area? So there are existing systems, but they just diagnose any one kind of disease separately, and the ward classification is COVID-19 specific. So what are its drawbacks? So no system predicts many diseases at one place, and no system predicts the classification into ICU or general ward for other purposes than COVID. So overcoming these drawbacks, what are the advantages of our project, of our system? So we will be classifying a patient into ICU or general ward. There is an integrated system for diagnosis of all diseases at one place. You just have to click one option and you get the diagnosis of that disease. We have also targeted the complex diseases which are not easy to diagnose. We are doing diagnosis of 10 diseases at one click. And we also have additional features like interim self-care, weekend bed availability, and previous medical history as well. So we'll be seeing them in the next slides. So what are the primary objectives? So these are the main objectives: to classify either into ICU or general ward for the patient, to diagnose a patient for a particular disease using input values from medical reports, or to diagnose a patient for a particular disease by using image recognition on the pictorial reports of the test done. So this is the solution of our project. So here we have genetic algorithms embedded with machine learning algorithms for ward classification and diagnosis of a disease. Next we have is deep learning algorithm for image recognition. We will be showing real-time vacant beds availability in a particular hospital. So this is one of the important feature in the recent times of COVID. Next, for a temporary time, you will be able to diagnose yourself and you will be getting home remedies from the trusted sources. Next, we will be showing you nearest clinic to your area and you can also connect to it if you want to. Let us move to the implementation phase. So the whole application is built into two interfaces, that is the patient interface and the hospital interface. Let us go through the patient interface now. So the yellow boxes represent our features and the blue boxes represent our technology stack. So the first feature on the top center is interim self-care. So the patient will input his symptoms, like what is happening to him and what kind of disease he is going through. And once he clicks on submit button, the input will be going to our Selenium bot, and the results of web scraping will be shown on our application. So these will include Google article links and YouTube video links. Next, in the bottom center, we have nearest clinic or hospital list. So here the nearby clinics will be displayed to him. Next is the patient's past medical history. So here the patient will be able to store his own medical data, which will be useful to him as well as the doctor to which he consults to. Next is the real-time vacant bed availability in a particular hospital. So here a patient will be able to see the real-time vacant beds of a particular hospital. Next is the hospital interface. So in the top center, we have the patient's report images. So suppose I'm having an X-ray image, so I'll put that into my deep learning model, and the results from the model will be displayed on our application, showing that if the disease is present or not. Coming to the bottom right corner, so we'll be taking inputs of patient's condition for classification into ICU or mild ward, and we'll be following the same procedure for input of system for diagnosis suggestion. Next, coming to the bottom left corner, here we have the beds availability. So the admin will have a feature to update the beds availability, and he can also store the patient's past medical history for the hospital's record as well. So what methodology we'll be having? For deep learning model, we'll be using pre-trained models. Now, why pre-trained models? Because they're very easy to implement and they give very high accuracy. In that, we have used VGG16 model. So why VGG16? Because it is one of the excellent visual model architecture till date, and it has convolution layer of 3x3 filter with one stride, which gives an advantage over other models. So these are the few details of our deep learning model. That is the number of epochs, batch size, image size, and learning rate. So what is the prediction process? So the input image is converted to the target size of the image, and the pre-processing is done on it. That is the convolution, max pooling, flattening, and softmax. Then the prediction of class is done, and the output is generally not in the human understandable format. So we convert it into understandable terms, and then we display the output on the screen. So this is the methodology for the machine learning model. So we have used a variety of machine learning models for each disease. So here we have genetic algorithm, we have naive Bayes, logistic regression, random forest classifier. So how do these algorithms work? So genetic algorithm gives us the ideal combination of parameters, and it gives the less amount of parameters in which most accurate prediction can be done. In naive Bayes, it uses Bayes theorem and assumes that there is no dependencies between the parameters and hence gives the outcome as probability. In the random forest classifier, the complete dataset is divided into multiple decision trees, and each tree gives its own output. And the final output is the majority of all decision trees, so this gives more accurate prediction considering the loss as well. Next is the logistic regression. The model works on sigmoid function, and here too the outcome is in the form of probability instead of discrete values. So what reprocessing we have done on our ML model? So we have dropped rows with null values, or we have updated with them mean values, or any other frequent value, or any central tendency value depending on the dataset. We have dropped columns of less significance which were not useful in the prediction and were decreasing the accuracy of the model. We have done encoding categorical variables, that is the map and lambda function, and we have applied feature scaling. So this is the overview of our deep learning dataset. So this is the overview of our ML dataset. So you can see number of rows, columns, number of rows in training set, test set, everything. So these are the dataset images from the deep learning model. So on the right hand side you can see malaria, and on the left hand side you can see X-ray images. So this is the input of dataset for the machine learning. So on the left side we have ward classification, and on the right side we have heart disease. So now let us go through the actual implementation of our model. So this is the login page, and now I log in into the hospital admin. So this is the home page of our Lifeline Hospital, just for example, and here we have 5 features. So first is the classification of ward. So here we have total 16 inputs, and each is a very common one and an important one as well. So you can select whatever option is applicable. So here we have choice whether to input yes or no, or he is having a particular disease of diabetes low or high, for example, cancer if it is stage 1 or 2, heart attack it is stroke, or etc., whatever it is. And once you click on submit button, so the ML model runs in the background, and it says that the patient should be admitted to the ICU. So if the patient is supposed to be admitted into the general ward or mild ward, it will be specified here that the patient must be admitted to general ward. Next is the diagnosis suggestion. So here we first will have to input what disease we have to diagnose. So suppose, for example, liver, and we'll enter the values of the medical reports. So these all are the medical values of the test. So I'll be just entering them now. And as the same procedure as previously, once you click on submit button, it is showing that cirrhosis not detected. So it is the liver disease. If it is present, it will be showing cirrhosis detected. Same procedure will be followed for all the diseases. So next is the image recognition. So from here, first we'll have to select what I have to diagnose. So suppose I have a sample image for malaria, and we can see the preview of the image. And once you click on proceed, it is saying that malaria detected. If it is not detected, it will be showing malaria not detected. So this is the bed availability of the hospital in each ward, what vacant beds is having, and what are the charges of per day. So for example, the ICU has 15 vacant beds right now. So suppose one patient enters, so the updated vacant bed should be 14. So I update it, and once I click on refresh, the vacant beds get updated, and this will be visible to the patient's interface as well. So the patient history. So here the hospital admin can enter the patient name, which doctor has to what doctor he has consulted, what treatment he has done. So I'll just input some random values now. So here is the patient name Dhruv Parikh. He has gone to Dr. Mohandas for breathing problem. He has visited on 27/8/2021, and he can also upload a prescription image if he wants to for future purpose. So once we click on add to table and patient history, so the details are presented here. So this was about the hospital admin. So let us now go to the patient side. Patient side is in the phone view, so we'll go through that in the phone view only. So here we have the interim self-care option. So we'll be specifying what symptom I'm having. For general, for demonstration purpose, here we have 4 options. So I just click on, suppose for example, fever, and you can also describe your condition in short if you want to. And I can click on submit button, and in the background you can see that the Selenium bot is working, and also YouTube results are displayed. So here you can see Google articles are displayed and YouTube links are displayed for the self-care. So if he clicks on that, he will be redirected to that particular page. So in the nearby clinics, here we have the detailed information of each doctor in his area, and he can also contact them. So the beds availability is just a display feature of that Lifeline Hospital only, considering that it is a one patient to one hospital interface. So here you can see it is displayed the life status of the vacant beds. Next is the patient history. So here, as same in the hospital side, here the patient can keep his own record. So like for example, I'm putting on it B. Doctor name is Ajay Mahajan. I went to Dr. Ajay Mahajan for suppose headache, and I visited him on 20/01/2021. So I uploaded a prescription, a sample image only. I add to table, and in my history, I can see that it is updated. So whenever a doctor wants to refer, he can refer in the future. So this was all about our application. Now let us go back to the presentation. So these are the results. So we tried many models on each diagnosis and we have chose the best one. And here you can see accuracies of each model for each disease. So feasibility and business model. So what is the unique value of our system? So the application is very easy to use and has reliable features. So the features are such that it will ease the workflow of hospital definitely. And the algorithms which we are using, they are of very high accuracy, and the bed time and the bed and the vacant bed availability which we are showing is in real time. So what business model do we propose? So our plan is to convert this project into a business venture, that is to keep the services on the hospital interface paid. In exchange of the charges, they pay the hospitals will be given to topmost priority to be displayed on the top of nearby hospital list on the patient interface. So what is the future scope? So the next immediate future scope is to implement image to text feature for accepting the input values for diagnosis instead of text fields. We'll be providing a feature for booking appointment for patients and a display of doctor schedule on the patient side for easy convenience. So the conclusion, our application is able to classify the patient into ICU or general ward accurately, and the application is able to diagnose a disease based on pictorial reports or on the basis of input values from medical reports. And the side features are also there. So these are the references which we have taken. And thank you very much.